Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you guys for joining me again. My name is Wilkie and I'm here with some exciting news about the Lost Ark Western release. Amazon has given us two rather big chunks of updates or information, and we'll just quickly dive over that. As usual, if you don't want to listen to me ramble on, the links to these posts are going to be in the description below, and I will not go through everything. I'll just cover a few key points that I think are very important in this regard. So, let's dive. Here we are with the first big chunk, and that is Lost Ark closed beta details. So the most important thing, or the two key features I think here about, are that there's no NDA, so there's going to be people streaming, making videos, doing both, and well, any other form of content, reports, guides, whatever else you can think of will be made, and the beta is going to last 7 days, so November 4th. We now also have a time date, so that is in the afternoon for the Western, for the European folks, and until rather evening-ish until the November 11th. So that is really good. And in that regard, that is pretty much all that is sort of substantial in this post. The forums and the Discord is live now. I am already on the Discord. I think it's a bit bare-bone, but I think, or at least I hope, that it may be a bit broader and bigger in the future. I don't know if they plan to actually make this sort of like a community Discord, or if they were just trying to do this as another like outlet for people who don't use Twitter, for people who don't use the forums, to just like inform those people and get them on the way. Closed beta updates. Now there's a lot of content stuff being written here, which I'm not entirely sure what the entire purpose is. I mean, it's good that they're informing us about this. I think it's kind of whack because a lot of new players will never really experience most of this anyway in the 7 days playtime period, but it's something that I will quickly skim over. So what's new here, or what's interesting, is that we will get Rohandel. This is something that we know from the prior post. Second Awakening is also going to be there once you do the quest. That quest actually takes quite a bit of time to do, which is why I think a lot of, especially newer people, will probably not even get to that point. We also have the Abyss Dungeon, so Twisted Monarch's Hall and Hildebrand's Palace. That's Arrowswood's name in NA and EU. We have T2 Guardians, we have the Tower, Chaos Dungeons, Farms and Caves for your Stronghold, 70 Islands, which I think is way overtuned for the beta, but in case somebody wants to explore them, they could do that. And an attendance reward, which is the classic way to just help people progress through their game. Outside of that, a few general improvements now. I think something that's really good here is the fact that the power pass is something they added. So this one's really important. When a player completes the main quest, Eolin's Gift in North Vern, that is the main story in Vern, and that's the queen that you basically cleared on. You're really getting a Vern power pass token. This token allows you to boost a second character to level 50. So in essence, what Amazon does here is allows you to get two characters going for the price of one, if you will. So your level 1 character to level 50, you do the story in Vern, and then you get the token to basically just get another character to the same spot. So in essence, you play one character to that point, and you have a second one as well, which is really good if people want to try out the class, if they want to try out PvP with another class. This is really good, so definitely take advantage of this if you're a fresh player or you're wanting to try out something. Definitely do this. And now the Stronghold unlocks sooner. Strongholds are actually your personal islands, your estate. I'm not entirely sure why they're calling them strongholds. So it's not really a stronghold in my opinion, but that's just a wording here. Outside of that, there are some new features. The Striker isn't really new, I think. I mean, it's new compared to the old test, so in that regard it makes sense. This is something that I always am really fond of if they are adding ways for people with disabilities to enjoy and play the game, because there are some mechanics in this game that require you to just look at the color of things, which I don't really know if they're going to rework this or if the filter is going to allow people with this disability to experience and play them. I think this is still really good, and I'm always really hyped for companies and developers taking note that there are people out there that have disabilities but they still want to enjoy their game, and that they're giving them opportunities or features that'll help them do so. So that's really good. Outside of that, you had a Room of Growth, you have some mounts, and the Procyon's Compass, which is something that basically gives you like a guideline of what to do on a daily/weekly basis and stuff like that. And I think this is really important because of the upcoming tournament on the NA East server. Because outside of that, without custom PvP matches, I think the tournament would be really Really strange. Last but not least, they are now opening up the store with a bit of reworks, and I'll be going over the monetization or the business model as well, because that also kind of falls into the line. Biggest takeaway here is 40,000 royal crystals will be deployed so you guys can test the cash shop. We don't really know the prices yet, and I like to give one little remark here is the prices that we're going to see in closed beta are probably / hopefully what the prices are going to be like in the actual launch. It may also be subject to change though. So maybe the prices that we're going to see in beta are going to be changed when we're going for the launch. Maybe not. This is something that I can't really vouch for, but I'm definitely interested to see how much those 40,000 royal crystals are actually worth and how much the Founders Pack crystal amounts are actually going to be worth in the long run. Outside of that, a classic FAQ, no NDA, closed beta access. If you have a Founders Pack, you'll get closed beta access. Or if you are not signed in yet, there's a button at the very top here, tester sign up. So I highly suggest if you want to check out this game, you should try and do so either through buying a Founders Pack or through signing up. And I'm sure there's going to be giveaways by streamers, YouTubers, maybe even myself. I haven't heard anything of Amazon yet at this point, but I'm definitely sure that they're going to be handing out keys to players interested as well. So this is as far as the closed beta nodes go. The second thing here is the Lost Ark business model. Now this is a shorter article, but I think this one is actually more important than the closed beta one. So there are some key features, and they seem to be aware that Western people don't like pay to win and that they like games having like a fair model where monetization is a thing, but it doesn't really interfere with their gameplay / progression sort of thing. So what's most important is that they, like this paragraph here, to ensure all purchases in-game feel optional, it is important players have a path to acquire all items in our in-game store without having to make a purchase. This is a very crucial feature because that essentially means as a free-to-play player, if you have the gold, resources, whatever else people would potentially want from you, you can get almost anything. There are some exceptions, as you can see here. So any item without a crystal prize will be tradable via in-game trading posts. So even if you can't directly buy it with the blue currency or with the blue crystals, people can still list them in the marketplace where you could buy it for gold. So that's a thing. However, there are some exceptions, such as the founder packs. I don't think that really makes that's any surprise. And services like name change. Now, this is a little bit of a nitpick that I have to make here. We don't really know what their definition of a service is, right? Because I don't really think it's a problem if somebody can't get a name change for in-game currency. However, it might also be that character slots or name changes and various other things may be qualified as service. There's one good thing though, because they don't seem to like the crystalline aura doesn't fall into this, and this is something that I'd like to direct you here. This is a forum post. We're going to the official forums. It's basically the only post there. The key folks, or the key part here, is a frustration about in-game currency and stuff like that. So they reached out to their team with a small clarification. Crystalline aura, which is the premium aura in this game, which for players on other servers, you know this as Ninav's and Beatrice's Blessing. They just merged them together. The way this now works is that this crystalline aura will be purchasable through crystals that are earnable in-game. So that means this premium aura will be available for blue crystals. And for those of you who are aware of this, blue crystals are actually fairly common to use, and pretty much everybody in this game uses them, some more, some less. So this is a very, very key change, because that allows people to get access to that premium aura for literally just playing the game. This is huge. This might also come with a drawback, but that's something that's left to be seen. Also, they are changing the way pets work. So prior to that, on any other server, for example, you unlock the pet features, like the pet extra features, such as extra stats, remote storage and stuff like that, by spending a set amount of blue crystals every 30 days. This is now permanent. However, the activation is now done through the crystalline aura. So pets by default do auto loot for you, and this is the main key for using those pets. There are some other perks that you activate on a 30-day period. However, this is now going to be changed on the Western servers, and that means all you need to do is get that crystalline aura. So this, not only does this make the crystalline aura much more powerful than on any of the other servers, it also means that you just have to get that crystalline aura to get those benefits as well, which kind of makes it a lot more potent, and I think some people will be much more inclined to use that. The Marnie Secret Sword is, I think, something that is not really important to new players, and they also reconstructed the premium service. Now, this is something that I have to nitpick on again, excuse me, but they're talking about some increased movement speed, which the only speed increase that I'm aware of the Beatrice's Blessing is the ship speed. I'm not aware of any movement speed increase whatsoever. I talked to some people on the Korean server. They also confirmed that there's no movement speed that they're aware of. I'm not entirely sure where this is coming from, or if they maybe just mistranslated it or misunderstood this. And the combat XP is, to everybody who ever played the game for longer than like 50 hours, you know that the combat XP is trash. It really doesn't matter, but I get it. Some people would take offense in this, or could be like arguing that this is pay to win. So I think it's good that they're taking this out. Outside of this, they're adding some PC Cafe benefits like half-price chip tickets and free tripod trips. This is already in the Aura Inn, so I'm not really sure why they're mentioning this as like adding something new, because it already is kinda in, but you know, all in all, it's just a really good thing, and the Crystalline Aura seems to be very powerful and available through in-game means, which is really good. Now, I rambled on about the blue crystals the entire time. The whole ordeal in a TLDR is the royal crystals are only available through real money, so this is your pay-to-win / cash-up currency. If you want to get your hands on those, you have to spend money. There's no other way around this other than to spend money for this. Blue crystals can be obtained in a variety of ways. There are some one-time rewards for legacy towers. There's even PvP rewards to some extent, which, I mean, on the other servers, we don't know if there are going to be PvP rewards in the NA and EU servers, but I sure do hope so. Outside of that, you can just buy those crystals from other players as well. Silver and gold are just currencies to use in a game. And if you've seen countless currency videos, I made one, there's a bunch of other people that made currency guide videos. It's all explained there, so no point in going over that and stretching this out. Founders Packs overview, they're just really mentioning that there's a 3-day head start at the launch. And that basically, you know, another side pick. If you don't have a Founders Pack, you can look at them here and see what you're going on for. And they're also mentioning again that you get 40,000 royal crystals to try out the in-game cash up, which I think is really fun to play around, because most people will not usually spend that much, especially not in the bulk. So this is always a good feature, in my opinion, to give people a feel for what it is like, and you know, what the impact could potentially be if you spend money. If you spend, like, how much money do you want to spend, if you want to spend money, or if you don't want to spend money at all because you think it's not worth it, and all that sort of stuff. Anyways, this is all. I thank you guys for being here with me. I think these are fantastic news, and despite some 2 nitpicks that I had here, I think this is really, really great. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what kind of other information they have to share with us. Outside of that, you can see me live on Twitch. Usually only stream on Mondays and some other days as well, so feel free to check out the Twitch link in the description below, or any other social media. I also use Twitter and Discord, so if that is more along your lines, then feel free to do so. And if not, I'll catch you guys either in the next stream or in the next video. So I do want you guys to stay safe. I'll see you guys next time, so yeah.
You want me to take you back?